Live, how we doing? How we doing? Thursday is here. Feels like it's been a long as fuck week this week. Generally feels like it should be Friday. Hope everyone's alright though. Hope you've green on the day, maybe, hopefully. Green in the morning. I'm red on the challenge account. I'll go into it in a minute. Yeah, not been an amazing start. Right, news to worry about today. We have got a Trump speech at 10 AM. I'm assuming it's going to be about the UK-US tariff announcement that we've already had. So I don't know if it'll just be a rehash of that, or maybe he's going to go into more detail or what, I don't know. But there's something to be aware of. I actually set myself an alarm. But other than that, we've got nothing else going on. We've had unemployment claims already. UK have lowered their interest rate. So yeah, shouldn't be too much of a dramatic day other than Mr. Trump speaking. Lewis, how you doing, mate? How you doing? I agree with your comment in Discord. It's been absolutely shite, innit? Today's been horrible to me. Horrible day. Right. Yeah, I am 600 down. 682 down in the challenge account. It's annoying me as well because I feel like this is still probably a valid trade. I'm still bullish on the session. I think I've just been stopped out on tariff news. If even any type of setup. Yeah, I get what you mean, mate. It's been a shocking day. But yeah, we have let me go on to normal. We've got quite a big level on the daily up here. And we've also got a level to sweep, which is here as well. So I do like the idea of a short from this area, but because it's such a big level, I'm not confident I'll be able to trade it very well. We could tap into it and sell straight off. We could come up and chop around here for the rest of the day, even tomorrow, and then sell off next week. So I'm not really wanting to short from there, to be honest, but I do like the idea of it, but I don't think I'll be able to execute it very well. We've got another level on the 15-minute within that daily level, so if we pop up that high, potentially short from there. But yeah, so I liked the idea, because I'm not going to be able to short from it. I liked the idea of longing into it, and just made a fucking hash of it all day, basically. Got into a long not long after London opened. Doing a sort of EMA strategy that I'm sort of trialing out. Didn't get the best of entries. If I had been a bit more patient and waited for this entry, I could have maybe entered here, which would have given me that little bit extra room I needed on the stop loss, because I was stopped out to the fucking tick. And we rallied off. Would have just been targeting a 2-to-1. And then I liked the idea of a long here, got in, but we had some news. Yes, it was the Bank of England interest rate decision at 12. So I moved to break even because I was in the green, moved to break even. Just because of that, I didn't know what kind of impact that would have, so I got stopped at break even, which is fine. And then, likes the idea of longing from here. I missed my entry. I wanted to enter here, missed my entry. Set the limit order up here for 3, another one up here for 2, just in case we did push down and sweep this level. Managed to avoid the unemployment news fine, no issues there. And then suddenly we sold off very quickly into it. It was my own fault. I was literally on the minute chart watching it. I should have closed the cancelled the orders after this candle, but I didn't like the look of it, but I still sat there and watched it. And then yeah, filled me and yeah, stopped me straight out. Stopped me straight out. And I still think it's a valid trade, but unless we continue selling off. What was the EMA used on the fundeds? 21 EMA on the fundeds. Yeah, I like this because this is I think a 30-minute level. Lines up with point of control. And yeah, I like the idea of a tap into there, then a rally off to the highs of the day. But yeah. You can't predict the tariff news when there's random rogue announcements at fucking 1:45 or something like that. What time was it? 1:35, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't predict them. My own fault, like I said, I should have closed it out before when I saw that first big red candle, but I didn't, so. Yeah, I'm not going to be rushing into anything. I'm probably open to taking one more trade on the challenge account. If I have another loss, then I won't be. Well, should we do a poll? Yo, Ray, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Alright, bias for the session. Short. Let me know what your thoughts are. My thoughts are long. Long for the session. Potentially sell off PM after we tap into this zone, after we hit that long target. If we break down below VWAP and below this low here, then I'll be flipping to short bias. And yeah, we could be looking at quite a move down to yesterday's close, I reckon. Fill the gap. 33 minutes. Trump speaking. Yes, I'm aware. I've got a feeling that he's basically going to be just re-saying what's already been said about the UK-US tariff agreement. But there might be some more details shed on it, which could move the market, I suppose, but... I'm news off price action only. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate, but it's... Obviously, I'm blaming the news for being stopped out on that trade, but if I'd been watching price action and which I was, and trading off of price action, that big red candle should have made me cancel the orders. I didn't like the look of it. As soon as I saw it, I said, I don't like the look of that. But I just sat there and watched it happen anyway. I have no idea. Question of the past 3 years. When there's rogue announcements, there's nothing. The markets will fucking react bizarrely. Yeah, no one just depends on what Trump says, though. Yes, yeah. That the China stuff has made any progress? Yes, probably not. I think they're still in the early stages, aren't they? Yeah, I'm sure the big announcement is the UK announcement. I think it's been... I don't know if it's been a few classes a leak, but it's already been announced. About, what, an hour ago, wasn't it? Just under an hour ago. Oh, we're open. I haven't been paying attention. We're open. lucky enough I can buy a thread of the frog. Mate, they're expensive now. Yeah, it's been a weird week for me. I mean, I've had good days and I've had bad days. I'm now down 400 on the week. Before this, I wasn't in too bad of a position. I was down 260, I think. So this could have been avoided. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna take a trade on the challenge account, to be honest. Like I said, I like the idea of longing into this higher day, but after we get there, I'm not really confident on what we would do next. And I can't see me seeing a setup up to there. Potentially maybe something off the EMA, but he says it might tariff some stuff on the US, so it's going to be more trade war. I mean, yeah. Yes, they did actually say that, didn't they? I did see that earlier. Was it? And yeah, Trump is probably going to have something to say about that, I imagine. Try and find it now. European Commission proposed countermeasures would target US aircraft, alcoholic drinks, fish, cars and car parts. We plan potential countermeasures on up to 95 billion of US imports in response to US tariffs. So yes, Trump will have something to say about that, won't he? 100%. So it could be quite a messy session. Now, if we push down and we're looking bearish on the session, then there might be trade opportunities. So I'm open to that. Testing VWAP now, 200 AMA. So we could potentially get the gap fill. I didn't like the idea of it prior because we've opened so far away from it, but India and Pakistan fighting 2, yes. We won't escalate right now though, no, probably not, but too many wars going on in the world right now, aren't there? Okay, man, how you doing, fella? Good to see ya. You had a day off from your mayoral duties, have you? Fucking music demurring again. Alright, nice big sell-off to start off with. 20,050-ish. Have a look, let's have a look. Yeah, potentially. What was my target if we do sell off? I've got 19,982 for my short target. It's sort of line up with 100% of the London range, extension of the London range, and the gap fill. The elections didn't go so well. You're not reformed then, I assume. If you was reformed, it would have gone well. Have I missed much? No, not really, mate. I've taken all of about 1 or 2 trades on the fundeds since you've been gone. I'm on a new challenge account, potentially. I don't think you would have seen it. I'm doing 150k take profit trader. This week's been a bit weird. Been good days, bad days. Down 400 on the week after this loss that I've had this morning, but other than that, mate, not too bad. Nothing else going on. We've got the gender scan on a week today. That'd be cool. That's what's going on personally, but yeah, other than that, mate, all good. Other than work, though, you've been alright? So plugging away, that's all that counts. That's it, mate. That's it. Gotta keep grinding. Excited, yeah. I think it's gonna make it feel a lot more real. It's still not. It's like sunk in yet. I don't think that we're having one. We watched the June films the other day, and then I was googling about the third one, and when it's released, and it was going to be released December 2026. I was like, oh, okay, it's fucking ages away, but that's fine. Then I thought, fuck me, we're gonna have a 1-year-old when that film's released. That's a mad fucking thought. That freaked me out a little bit. Do we guess a gender? Yeah, you can do if you want. You can do if you want. I don't know when I'll tell you. I don't know if I'll tell you on that Thursday. I suppose we've got to tell family in that first. I don't think we're in a rush to tell family, so might be a couple of weeks. Should I get a poll up? A gender poll. Let's end this poll. You know me, I love a poll. 62% long today. That was my thoughts, but we seem quite heavy at the minute. Stop poll. Let me know what you're thinking. Get your votes in. I think NQ tends to respect the key support and resistance levels and the session levels, yeah. I think you're right. But I do quite like a gap fill. I think NQ likes a gap fill sometimes. And I don't know, the 50 and 100% of the previous range tends to work out quite nicely for targets. I wouldn't ever trade off of it, but I quite often put take profit targets at them, and that works out quite nicely a lot of the time. So this is just yeah, purple line is 50% of the London range extension and 100% extension of the London range. And I'll either mark it out of London or Asia, whichever's smaller. And obviously today London was smaller, so 2 parts of June, from what I understand. Yeah, we've had the first 2 films are 1 book, the first book, and then the 3rd film, there's the 3rd one coming out. That is going to be the 2nd book, I believe. Yeah, you ain't seeing that film. Yeah, probably not. The missus, oh, we're not going to be going to the cinema to watch it then. I was like, yeah, we fucking will. We'll go separately if we have to. We're not family. You are family. But I feel like I should probably tell my mum and her mum first. Just in case by chance they come across my ugly mug on the internet and find out from there. That'd be funny. Hey, where are the other options? I was tempted to put no other options, but I thought I don't want to make this no, don't want to make this gender political. There's a fucking chopper in the sky. Could potentially looking at a short on the fundeds. Sam, I am your mother. Don't distract me, K-Man. Ooh. Fuck you. It's my entry slightly then. What's that going to be stop loss wise? Ah, sorry, 23 points. 46 risk. Oh, we've still got 17 minutes until Mr. Trump is speaking. I am your mother. Sam, I am your mother. I have to watch Star Wars again soon. I haven't seen that in ages. It'd be awkward. How did the guy that shits at your fence find out first? Yeah. Sounds like I didn't have another thought. Okay, man, you haven't been here, but just so you know, everyone thinks you're the person that shits up my fence. Leo, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Yeah, we've been bad mouthing you, K-man, in your absence. $15 minutes closed below VWAP. It's got to be a bearish sign, surely. Well, let's have a look at the pivot points. I haven't looked at them today. We're in. I'm tempted to just fucking leave it to run, to be honest. If we get down here. No. Play it sensible, Sam. I was short from 230, but didn't expect it to run this low. Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks. Oh, that's a nice short. That is 230. Got myself out. Nothing for me yet. How have you done that? Have you like done it for like a certain amount of time, or you just like to out for the day? Airport run went well. I did it. Oh, I forgot about that. What time did you get back in the end? I was joking when I said thank God you got to go on so I can enjoy some quiet. Fuck, so you got back at 6. And what time? Was it a 1 AM drop off? Is that right? Or you were leaving at 1 AM? Can't remember. "20 minutes of silence and full blast music for an hour. Left just before 2. Oh, okay, yeah. I suppose, yeah, it'd been the first flight out. Where was it? Was it a Canary Island job? Nice. Take profit hit. $50 up. BRB just gonna go and order my Lambo. We'll get there. Slow and steady. I was tempted to just not bother and hold it, but see if I can run it down to the target. But I need all the profits I can get at the minute. So for a round trip wasn't bad, really. Marbella, I think they're rich. Get me a lamb. I'll take a lamb too. Mate, tomorrow is the kebab day, I think. She wants the Chinese. From the Chinese, I don't really rate that much, so I'm going to go kebab and I'll be getting lamb doner. Lamb doner, meat and chips. Cake and ketchup. Job done. I've never been a showy guy, but I think if I was rich, I probably would get a Lambo. Just because it's like, since I was like 6, it's always been like a favourite car of mine. I actually drove one once. I did one of those supercar experiences, and yeah, drove one. It's actually not that nice to drive, believe it or not. You shut the door and it feels like it's a fucking tin can. I mean, I suppose it's got to be because it's needs to be light, doesn't it? But you know, when like you shut the door of like a really crappy car and it rattles. Do you know what I mean? That's what it was like. Which I was a bit surprised about. I was expecting it to be a bit more luxurious. To be fair, the fact that it was one of them supercar days, it's probably fucking ancient and Could do with a bit of TLC. I'm missing 100-point candles, thank you guys. We had it good and I didn't notice. You were moaning about it at the time, Leo. At least this is a bit more civilized. I can actually take trades now. I can get back to my 20-point stops with my $50 risk. Ketchup and Crocs are sins. Fuck off, Lewis. Get out. I don't care about the Crocs, but the ketchup is my my blood. There's a reason terrorists use it. Yes. To be fair, I wouldn't. If I was to get a car, I don't think I would buy a bloody Range Rover, and for that, I would get a Toyota pickup or something. I do like the Ford Raptors, but yeah, I think I would get some sort of Toyota pickup. Because I'd buy that and I'd have that for the rest of my life, probably. It's not worth wasting all your money, is it? You may as well, if you're going to spend a lot of money on a car, you may as well spend a lot of money on a car that's going to last you a decent fucking amount of time. The old ones are the best, yeah, that's it. That's it. The old ones, you can actually do a bit of work on yourself more as well. It's easier to do work on yourself. Less goes wrong. Sean speaking today, let's see how the markets react. Yes, what we got, 6.5 minutes. That's another reason I didn't want to hold this trade any longer. Unbreakable pieces of Japanese engineering, yeah. Yeah, cars today are fucking dog shit. Casually been up to a supercharger RPGs at the back window. I want to build myself a car. I can't for some reason make my face any smaller. OBS seems to have frozen. There we go. Invincible or Invincible X? I mean, Invincible X sounds a lot better, doesn't it? No idea what the difference is, but that'll do. I like the X. So we're looking at 40 grand already. I prefer a manual. It's got to be black, surely. Silver's not too bad. Platinum white. Premium paint. Yeah, it's got to be black. Blackout chrome handles. I think I prefer the over rail. We'll press continue. What else do I get to add? Gotta have heated seats, surely in England. Alright, that's the Trump news alarm. Bum, bum, bum. I'd love fat meaty tyres on it as well. I thought there'd be more options to customise. Or have I just missed a load of things? Yeah, I thought there'd be more things to customise. Terrace car's a choice right there. So yeah, it only sets me back 40k. It's not too bad, really. If that lasts me for life. The thing is, I don't know if I'd ever buy a brand new car. Like, you drive that off the forecourt, you lose 5 grand. Like, what's the fucking point? You may as well buy a second-hand car that's done 50 miles or something. I got a pre-reg Vauxhall Corsa for my first, like, finance car. My only finance car. And because it was pre-reg, I think I got it. I think I got it in like February, and it was registered a few months prior. So it had technically one owner on the book, and it had done 15 miles, and it was like 2 or 3 grand cheaper than it would be if I bought it new. It's a 15-mile car, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not fucking anything. It was basically a brand new car, but a couple of grand cheaper just because it had one previous owner, which would have been a fucking dealership. Definitely built the cars thinking of everything the owner may do wrong with it and it still work. The owners built their cars like the owners would do everything like the engineers planned. Yes, 100% with that, mate. 100%. So that if I'd moved to break even on this, that'd have been me stopped out perfectly. So that'd have annoyed me. Right, 40 seconds until Trump's speech. It would always be the car for the rebel groups. Yeah, I'm sure when you see like the apocalypse films or the war film and stuff, they're always driving a Toyota. Previous neighbour built a AC Shelby Cobra replica. Very cool. Oh man, nice. Trump announced 500% tariffs on ketchup. But I'll still fucking pay it. No VT in second-hand cars. Yes. Yes, that's true. Is that why they're cheaper, is it? I never even sort of thought about it. Obviously they're cheaper because they're second-hand, but if they're basically brand new but not brand new, is that why they're cheaper? Because they've got no VAT? That would help, I suppose, wouldn't it? Brother-in-law had a Helix that he's on the farm, had 350,000 kilometers, and he changed oil, brakes and tires. Fucking hell, man. Well, the vote for the gender didn't go very well, 50-50, which is pretty much my odds, hopefully. I don't know, I started off with the, thought that it would be a boy. Like, boys just tend to run in my family, on my dad's side. My missus thought it was going to be a girl. I then started veering towards girl. Like, whenever I thought about it, it was like a girl in my head. At the same time that happened to me, my missus started thinking it was going to be a boy. And now I'm back to boy, so... Remember seeing he's using his Crocs in house. To be fair, I wouldn't mind having a pair of indoor sliders. Is anyone interested in me getting this Trump speech up? Let me pause the music. Get up, yeah, I've got up, mate, I've got up. I won't pull the video over, but I'll have it listening in the background. It's not started yet. Right, I'll get the music back on until he starts, because he could be fucking 20 minutes. Some professional Crocs, so it's a deal. There's all the signs about the gender, like where the weight goes and what, when they get sick, etc. Yeah, they're all just fucking wives' tales, aren't they? I mean, she's literally barely got a bump. She's only literally just started to really have a bump a bit, which is like mad considering she's pretty much halfway. But I've actually felt it move. I forgot to say that I've been feeling it move the last sort of week and a half. Put my hand in, I can feel it kick, which is fucking mental. Literally hardly anything. It could also be a fart or something, but I'm pretty sure she said it's moving as I'm feeling it, so. He still hasn't started talking yet, guys. Don't worry, we're not missing it. Trump always likes to be late to assert dominance. Yeah. He wants people waiting on him, not him waiting on other people. My wife started using Crocs to work when she got maternal fluids all over her kits in the delivery room. I think my wife actually wants Crocs, and they probably won't be a bad option for when she's pregnant. Well, she is pregnant, but when she's more pregnant. Nothing else of a fart. I mean, you never know, mate. Farts make movements too. Bum, 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 bum. I'm never going to get this back to what it used to be, am I? I'm changing the P&L colour back. And there's no chance I'm going to get it bang on to what it used to be. Realise P&L colour, positive colour. That doesn't look far off, to be fair. No. That'll do. No, it's too red. I suppose this is the this is what I've got to match it to, haven't I? He's still not here yet. He's obviously having trouble tying his shoelaces on his Crocs. That's better. Let's get the green better. Sorry guys, bear with me. That'll do. Save. No, fuck me, that is fucking horrendous. Why have I done that? Oh, it's fucking awful. What do I need to do to change it? It needs to be not as intensely green. That'll do. I don't like it. It's not the same, but... Bum, 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 bum. Have my fur-lined pair for the house. You don't, K-Man, surely. Fur-lined actually sounds quite nice. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a pair of Uggs. Uggs look quite good. Nice and furry on the inside. Maybe just for in the outside, because I might be a bit embarrassed to go outside in them. Let's trade Sam. Black P&L. I didn't see it. Yeah, I changed it a while ago when I was having a bit of a go on the practice account. Sort of trying to micro scalp, and I felt like it was putting me off seeing the green and red up top, so I turned it off. But now the green will never be the same, so... Okay, man, where'd you go? Didn't realise you went away. I just thought you were working. Obviously, I suppose if you were working away, then you're still working. But I didn't realise you left the country. You should have told me. Taco, good morning, mate. How you doing? Dogs. I agree, let's buy shoes with holes in them. Yeah, there's still no bueno from Trump yet. I said, didn't I, it could be fucking 20 minutes. I didn't actually think it would be 20 minutes. Okay, man, I'm assuming from the comments you went to Brazil. I didn't know you went to Brazil. I'm confused as fuck to what you do for work, man. It's one of life's great mysteries. Other than shit on fences, I can't work it out. How can you be... It's something to do with the councils, or... Because obviously you're looking at the... talking about the local elections. But I can't ever see councillors going to fucking Brazil for work. It says illegal products clearly. Yeah. K-Man the mayor who shits on fences and sells drugs internationally. You're all trying to guess where I live. What we should be trying to guess is fucking what K-Man does for work. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. MI5. I don't know if they would let someone in with that mustache. We'll find out when we go for that drink. They don't drink stuff to do something else. I'll get a J2O. Patch name PWO. Oh, fuck me. I see my 5 selling titles to Brazilian gangs. What timing came, man. Yeah, Trump's getting on my nerves a bit because he's fucking late, man. That's ridiculous. I can understand a couple of minutes, but 15 fucking minutes. You having a laugh? Someone should dock his pay for fucking 15 minutes. It's irritating, so I'd rather just get it over and done with, then we can be more open to taking sort of more trades, but I don't want to really be in a trade while he's fucking chatting shit. Well, we've tapped into the level here. What was this level? I don't remember marking this out. Oh, this is an old resistance level. Oh, we smashed through. Bit of a bounce off of it. I can't see it lasting though. Move down 150 points. Barcode Bill, you said 50, didn't you? 20,050. Pushed slightly through it, but yeah, I've had a little bounce from it. Getting a little bounce. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we reverse, or is this just a interim bounce? Is China really feeling the tariffs, so maybe they'll try and talk to the US, but who knows? Yeah, I think they're keen to talk, but I don't think anything's gonna happen yet. Avenues where you bought your dog, Sam, looks familiar. Those thistle bushes, but to be fair, they probably run along the coast. Yeah, probably. Imagine that caveman guessing where I'm from a bush. Oh, I can hear something. I thought I heard something. Dan, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Guess the Trump news being a red folder counts, so technically I shouldn't trade for 45 minutes, but he's late. You said so. When does my 45 minutes start? Yeah, probably when he starts speaking, but that could be fucking any time. It was only orange folder earlier when I checked. Oh, it's gone to red. That was only orange half hour ago. Maybe people have been briefed that it's going to be a bit more intense than originally thought. We did hold a press conference about the US-UK trade relationship at the White House in Washington. They've upgraded it. That's concerning. But I literally said, I will put the music back on because it could be 20 minutes. I didn't actually think it would be 20 minutes. And some battle bit while I wait. What's battle bit? Sounds like some crypto game. Oh, that's quite cool. It's like Minecraft, but army style. Just running to the 0.382 fib level. Okay. I love the bush. I just come out and say how much he hates Starmer. No, to be fair, I listened to Powell's press conference this morning when I was at work from the FOMC, and I feel like Trump likes to come out after. Still nothing. After Powell says no, I'm not lowering rates, I'm sure Trump likes to come out and give some really bad news to fucking crash the market even more, to try and crash the economy and make him lower rates. So I thought we could, over the next maybe week or so, get some more market shattering news that is going to blow the economy up and force Fed to lower rates. Battlebit is what Battlefield should have been. Battlefield is a quality game, man. Don't knock Battlefield. Well, I'm talking about the older Battlefields. I haven't played any of the new ones. The last one I played was Battlefield 1. Can't get good entry, reaching every time from the Anchor V with our... I don't think it's worth it. The minute, like, literally Trump can come on any minute and fucking say boom, and the fucking market will crash, so... Or rocket, either way. Trump started... No, not as far as I can tell. Let me pause the music so I can actually hear. This is Wall Street Journal live. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm watching the wrong thing, to be fair. Yeah, no. Nothing yet. Let me know if I've got it wrong. Put on the open VWAP. Put on the Anchor VWAP, open 3-minute candle. Nice, man. Well, did you get into that, did you? 50 point sell. A lot of people with insider information on his speech today, placing orders right now. Yeah, that's probably why he's late. He's briefing everyone quickly on what to do. 5 minutes into the speech, press sell. 17 minutes into the speech, press buy. What is it started? Is it? There's news coming out. Why is it start? Fuck me, man. Fuck you, Wall Street Journal.
We want to stay at the forefront of everything, and one of them is
The sound, alright, guys.
when Miami seems to be the center of the action, come to think of it, and maybe it'll stay there. Business optimism skyrocketed 42 points. Think of that in a single month, the most in history by far. That's the biggest increase in history by not even close.
Someone in chat on the live stream has said, long Nasdaq, not financial advice. That's the play, guys.
Positive territory for the first time in many years. Amazing. And it was just announced. This is an interesting one. I didn't realize it was that bad for so long, but it was just announced by one of the nation's most historically accurate and respected pollsters, Rasmussen, that the number of Americans who believe our country is on the right track now exceeds those who think it's heading in the wrong direction for the first time in 20 years. Can you believe that? 20 years.
Well, Forbes and their life didn't start either yet.
And this is really a
call themselves journalists.
27-point swing from just before the election. That's nobody's ever seen anything like that one, yes, sir. I want to tell you, that's a big one. The best and most successful business leaders on earth are now racing to invest in the United States. Since November, DeMac has announced plans to invest $40 billion in the U.S., creating at least 10,000 jobs. SoftBank has announced investments of between $100 and $200 billion, creating at least 100,000 American jobs. Oracle and OpenAI and SoftBank are now collectively committing $500 billion to keep the United States on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence, and so many more. I mean, so many companies that want to come to the White House and have a little news conference all the time. I said, why don't you just announce it? But they want to come, and I'll do that. I don't mind doing that. I say anytime they want to go 10 billion or more, I'm
yeah, is this even it? People in the chat on the stream are saying, this isn't live.
But on his recent visit to the White House, the Prime Minister of Japan announced he anticipates Japanese investment in the United States of well over $1 trillion. And we're working on an Alaska pipeline already, which is the closest point to Asia. And as you know, the ANWR, which we've started, Ronald Reagan couldn't get it approved. Nobody could get it approved.
Of course, needs to win. What, they just put in some random fucking clip of Trump speaking?
I got it approved and Biden ended it. That was a shocker, but we just got it approved again. And we're going to be, it's probably the largest deposit maybe anywhere in the world, just by itself. It's, they say, of similar size to Saudi Arabia, so we hope that's correct. But all of this is only happening because of the world-changing results of the 2024 election. We won the House. We won the Senate, the White House, and the Electoral College, and the popular vote in a landslide. We also won all 7 swing states, and all 50 states shifted in the Republican direction for the first time ever. So every state, every single state of the 50 states shifted Republican. It's never happened before. Either way, it's never happened. And 85% of counties voted for Trump. Think of that. So you have 2,600 counties.
And that's not, yeah, I think you're right, mate.
2,600. Think of that. That's why when you look at the election map afterwards,
I've got Wall Street Journal back up. Let's get the music back on. So, no, I don't think. The only reason I thought it was is because, Lewis, you started saying about different tariffs, and I've gone on about the news, and I've gone on Financial Juice and seen that there's things coming out And then I thought, oh, he's obviously talking now. Tariff news come out like 3 or 4 hours ago. Yeah, but I think they're confirming more details about it there. I think they've said broadly what it is, but it's probably going to be a whole load of fuck all, but in the WhatsApp group, me, Trump, Power, and Body Blue. Twat. Semi chlorinated chicken. Got the volume up, yeah. Can't believe this. Why fucking say a time if you're not going to be on time? Just tap VWAP on the Nasdaq. Might look for a short on the challenge account. Oh. Sorry if I get in a trade and I'm stopped out because of this decrepit old gimp was let I'm gonna exit the White House. We're short from the 1 minute zone immediately, but folded. Just FOMO, yeah. Yeah, if I'm looking at a short, I want to see a bit more. I'd like to see a little another push up. Maybe tap into the 30 EMA on the 5 minute. I don't think we'll get it. I think I missed it. I'm sure it's better than losing money. That's right, mate. That's right. You can't get them all. Under 4, yeah. Sold off quick there, but I think we're going to chop around, to be honest, until Trump cracks on with things. There's not even a post on Truth Social about why he's late. He's gonna have to hurry up though, because I need to piss. Just coping YOLO, man. It's too risky at the minute with Trump in it. As soon as he picks the mic up, the markets will probably snap up and down quite a bit, I imagine. Time for a cup of tea. Don't blame me, mate. Don't blame you. Enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow if you're around. Cheers for stopping by. Everyone call out your Trump wick high and low opening candle. Oh, I must go on there. I don't know if it'll be that dramatic, to be honest. First opening candle. What candle are we talking about? The minute candle, 10-minute candle. I assume the minute candle, and I can't see it being that dramatic. But then, to be fair, a load of people might close out their trades, so it could be quite dramatic. Go 3 minute, alright. I mean, it all depends on when he fucking actually starts. If he starts in an hour, price could be all the way down here before he fucking starts. If he starts right now... I'm gonna go something like that. I think that's probably way too dramatic, but as I'm saying, 180 low. It's really what you think it's gonna be a 200 point, 180 point candle. But to be fair, what's mine? I mean, mine's fucking 160 odd, yeah. Didn't even realise. Bit of a bigger range than I thought it was. I can't see it being that much. I reckon something more like this. 112 points. Yeah, I forgot I'm on the 5-minute chart as well. Just ended, I hope it wasn't FOMO, but it's a small amount, so I'm content. Okay. Not 180 point spread, but if it goes low, it goes to that price. Oh, okay, so you think one or the other, basically, that's what you mean. Oh, I get you. Okay, if we're doing that, I might change mine. I thought you meant the entire bar. I'll put mine back to the original. Because that would be 100 points from here. Where was it there? Then 50 points from there. That's if he comes on now. Probably I would have added to the 1 to 4, to be honest. As soon as he starts, I'm closing it. Yeah, I don't blame you. Trouble is, you could get a really shitty feel. Sorry, Roger, mate. I'll sit it like this. Billionaire's gonna fold and enter positions as soon as they see his face and get the game plan. Take profit hit. Ah, nice. You're out then. That's nice. That's what you want. In and out before he starts fucking chatting shit. I can see it's been a bit choppy, to be honest, until he fucking hurries up. Bit range bound at the minute. Dude's definitely forgot that he's got this meeting. Could you imagine him just sitting there? I'm sure I'm supposed to do something today. Can't remember what it is. Whole world's fucking sat waiting, watching. It's going to enter a small at the top, but I won't be unhappy, no pun intended. Yeah, you've got your money, mate. Play it safe. Stay out of it now. Chances are he will appear at some point and Mike could go a bit wild, so I reckon he's playing Warzone. And 130 left time out of drawdown. Still a good winner. Nice, man. Yeah, I mean, not financial advice, but if I would probably wait. Because the longer that he takes as well, I feel like there'd be more anticipation. And could be a bit of a choppy opening few minutes. I'm waiting. I mean, I'm telling you to wait, but I'm still open to it. No, I better not. Need to follow my own advice. Longer waits, the bigger the balls, yeah. I realised it didn't even start my time and technically didn't start. Yeah, that's true. The trouble is with stuff like that is the unknown of when he's going to start. At least like economical news, it comes out at a set time and that's that. Trump just fucking rocks up whenever he can be asked. He started, has he? Why can I not see anything? Just trying to find it somewhere else. You better not be trolling, mate. I don't think he has. I can't see anywhere that he has. Oh,
Over the past 4 weeks. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that
volume all right.
reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle. The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our Secretary, as you know, of Agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Being here.
Thank you, sir.
You'll let the farmers know. In addition, the UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff
But it's 2 times.
fairly discriminated against American products, but this is now turning out really to be a great deal for both countries because it'll be really great for the UK also. So they're opening up the country. Their country's a little closed, and we appreciate that. They'll also be fast-tracking American goods through their customs process, so our exports go to a very, very quick form of approval, and there won't be any red tape. Things are going to move very quickly both ways. The final details are being written up in the coming weeks. We'll have it all very conclusive, but the actual deal is a very conclusive one. We think just about everything's been approved. So good for both countries, and we'll also receive new market access for American chemicals, machinery, and many other industrial products that weren't allowed, and they'll end up getting products that they'll be able to price, and if they like them better and we make great products, they'll be buying those products, but they were not available in the UK. Furthermore, in a historic step, the deal includes plans that will bring the United Kingdom into the economic security alignment with the United States. That's the first of its kind. So we have a big economic security blanket, and that's very important, and we feel very, very comfortable with that because it's been a great ally, truly one of our great allies. I mean, a lot of people say our greatest ally. I don't want to insult people by saying that, but I can say it's certainly one of our greatest, and right at the top, and they're the first one we're talking about. And by the way, we have many meetings planned today and tomorrow, and every country wants to be making deals. And we have
I reckon he's chatting shit. I don't reckon any country wants to make a deal, really.
Switzerland on Saturday.
Not many. Not as many as he thinks.
Very interesting. We'll find out, but I think they want to make.
I just don't care.
Both countries have agreed that the economic
Or we've tapped my low.
secured and will be working together as allies to ensure that we have a strong industrial base, appropriate export controls, and protections for key technologies and industries like steel. Steel is a big factor. Both countries will become stronger with steel and things necessary for military. You know, we used to build ships and other things literally at a level that nobody's ever seen, and we haven't, we've eased up, and I would say that the UK certainly eased up, but now we're going to be uneasing both, and we work together. Once again, I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer. He's been terrific for his partnership in this matter. The special relationship and external bond, it's really an external and an internal bond between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before, and we really do. We have a great relationship. I want to just say that the representatives of UK have been so professional, and it's been an honor doing business with all of them, and in particular.
Touched my low by 2 points. Not bad. Yeah, mine was something similar.
Introduce him now to say a few words. Mr. Prime Minister.
Oh, he's here, is he?
Thank you, Mr. President, Donald. And,
Oh, he's on.
This is a really
On the phone.
fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries. And I think it's a real tribute to the history that we have of working so closely together. Can I pay tribute, Donald, to your negotiating team as well, particularly Howard and Jameson, who've done an incredible job, a very professional job, and my team as well. Two negotiating teams have worked at pace now.
Just can't wait to become the dumping ground of US products.
Deal today, really important deal. This is going to boost trade.
Who doesn't vote if it cuts out?
Across our countries, it's going to not only protect jobs but create jobs, opening market access. And as you say, Donald, the timing couldn't be more apt because not only was it 80 years ago today that victory came from Europe after...
He says more than I fucking say and I say a lot.
On that day, the UK and the US stood together as the closest of allies. And Donald, I think, even down to the hour, because you may or may not know that it was about this time of day, exactly 80 years ago, that Winston Churchill announced victory in Europe, and that led to great celebrations across Europe, across America, but particularly in the United Kingdom. Literally people going out into the streets.
Thank you for as soon as I hear Starmer's voice.
Going up to the palace, and so to be able to announce this great deal on the same day, 80 years forward, almost at the same hour, and as we were 80 years ago, with UK and the US standing side by side, I think is incredibly important and makes this truly historic. That close relationship has endured over those 80 years. As you know, Donald, when it comes to defence and security and intelligence sharing, of course, there are no two countries that are closer than our two countries. And now we take this into new and important territory by...
I heard someone use the words so much. I'm really bad for it when I'm trying to do YouTube videos. I'm awful for it.
Those notions of fairness,
but I'm not a fucking prime minister of a country. I don't need to be good at it.
Balanced arrangement between our countries. This builds on that. Hugely important for sectors like car manufacturing and for steel and aluminium and so many others. And yes, we can finish ironing out some of the details, but there's a fantastic platform here, including, of course, on the tech side.
Anyways, arse licking. Farage is coming out 100% Farage will win the next election.
When it comes to tech.
Purely out of there's no one fucking better.
As you say, Donald, economic security is national security. On national security, we've been absolutely the closest of allies for so many years, keeping the peace through
Big
that
Nige.
Alliance, that friendship.
Yeah, we've used all of our other options.
On trade and the
And for the Conservatives, they fucked up. Labour's fucked up. We'll give reform a go.
Donald, and for the way in which your team have negotiated this, and I'm so pleased that we've got this deal. We've finalised it, and
Which cumulative delta is that the one you use?
for the future.
I've only added it on today.
So much, Donald. I'm going to go and do a press conference. I think you have your press in with you, but on the details, I think it's
Volume based.
we can
That's it, mate.
deal with that through one of my team.
That's great. Well, Mr. Prime
Cameras even listen to what this guy's saying.
It's an honor. We're going to have a continued, maybe a better relationship than ever before. You know, I don't know if the media knows, but the U.S. and U.K. have been working for years to try and make a deal. And it never quite got there.
Yeah.
It did with this prime minister. So I want to just congratulate you.
Well, with this president, this prime minister, we've managed to achieve what many people have tried to achieve for many years.
That's right.
And I'm really pleased, and it feels completely historic and on a special 80-year anniversary as well. So, Donald, thank you so much. It's really good to have got this deal over the line. Tribute to both teams, tribute to our countries, and tribute to your leaders.
Another Labour and Tories just taking reform ideas because neither party is clear. Yeah, I said that to my missus
I'll see you soon.
the other day. I said that's what they'll start doing. They'll start looking at reform and like, right, what are they doing that we aren't? We need to start doing the same.
So many years, even as I sat, everybody talked and talked and talked about a deal with, it just seemed like a natural.
Nigel won't be saying, yeah, probably not. He's got a bit more charisma than Starmer.
Very proud to have been a part of it. Keir, thank you very much.
Thanks, Donald, and we'll speak again soon.
Very good. So long. Bye. Why don't I do this? Why don't I have our Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, give a little description of the deal pretty quick, and then
Glowing pink tomatoes.
the very nice side will be speaking about it also, maybe, from so you get a pretty equal. I think it's a very, it's just been a deal that was, we thought, very complicated. It became very simple. It's opening up the country.
Markets might pick up a little bit now. Starmer's sharp.
That I would have thought. I was surprised. I think it's why the deal never got done before. It was, you know, they've been working on this deal for 25 years, And we got it done, and we got it done. Really, it's going to be great for both countries. So, Sarah, if you could go, and then somebody else, you may have, you'll pick whoever you want who'd like to do it. I have a feeling you're going to do it, right? So you guys go ahead, and then we'll take questions right after that. But I think you'll get a pretty good understanding of how big it is. It's a very large deal, very big deal. And Howard, go ahead.
So the UK is the 6th largest economy in the world and the 4th largest
Really?
that we export to, right? So
I would have thought we're the 6th largest.
a top 10 market. If you remember Liberation Day, they were at 10% because we have balanced trade with the UK, right? They say they have a surplus, but of course that counts gold bullion, which is, so let's just call it balanced trade. So how do you open up a market in balanced trade? People think it's impossible. They've always thought it was impossible until President Trump came on the scene and changed the way things work. So here's what we've got. We've opened up new market access, ethanol, beef, machinery, all the agricultural products. They've agreed to open their markets, and that will add $5 billion of opportunity to American exporters. So the question is, why would they do that now? Because they've never done it before. And
This is what they revealed. They screwed us over.
which will produce $6 billion of revenue for the United States. So the idea was, how do they keep their jobs, protect their economy, and do the best for their
Wait for the tomorrow.
while opening the market for us? And the way is they studied it, their team was exceptional, and they tried to figure out the markets that they're importing from other people and try to send them over to America. So why were they always favoring others and not us? And what they've done is they've found the ways to do that so that we have new access, right? But the UK workers are protected, and that was the balance. So we did a deal with them in automobiles, and you know, if you're not building here, we charge you a 25% tariff. But the president, and by the way, I want to make this clear, while Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal, and people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him, I have the best deal maker to my left, and if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done because he understands business. He understands.
Can't bet the arse looking.
And that's why we're here today. So he agreed they could send 100,000 cars into America and only pay a 10% tariff. And that protects their car industry. And remember, we do 16 million.
I know exactly what scene you're on about, Leo. Yes, 100%.
Only like 0.6%.
100%.
For the UK auto people, this is tens of thousands of jobs that the president agreed that he would protect for them. So he made that deal, right? Then steel and aluminum, right? Their steel business has been destroyed like everybody else has been destroyed by people dumping steel into their markets. And British Steel had announced it was closing down. So the British government, as part of this deal, nationalized British Steel, and they're going to match the kinds of models we do. They'll put tariffs on, they'll put quotas on. They want to do it with America so they can be part of the resurgence of steel and aluminum in America, and that saves them, again, thousands and thousands of jobs. So if you go step by step, aero and commercial planes, they sell Rolls-Royce engines to Boeing. We've agreed to let Rolls-Royce engines and those kind of plane parts to come over tariff-free. And what you're going to hear today is there's going to be an announcement in the UK that they are buying $10 billion worth of Boeing planes later today. But I'm going to let the name of the airline announce it because that's theirs to do it. Part of this deal was always to do it together and to do it strong. And you can see the numbers on this board. Everything about this board works exceptionally well for the United States of America. It lays out the plan that you can work with us in autos, you can work with us with aero and commercial, you can work with us in pharmaceuticals if you have a supply chain that is secure and protected in national security. So
I was gonna say, spending 10 billion on fucking Boeing.
he feels really good about the deal.
Was it Boeing? Is that what you said?
We started at 10% and we ended at 10%, and the market for America is better, and this is a perfect example of why Donald Trump produced Liberation Day. People don't understand. He gets things done in a matter of time. This would have taken Jameson and I 3 years, maybe. And instead, we got it done in 45 days.
Yeah, Boeing planes are the planes that are falling out of the sky. We've just bought 10 billion worth. The shit that no one wants, they're trying to get rid of. We bought it all.
Happy to do that. Everyone has great remarks. I just have to echo the President and the Prime Minister when we talk about VE Day. This is something we've been waiting for decades, and there's no more appropriate day to do this. And when we step back and we look back a few weeks from now or months from now or years from now, we're going to look back at this day and better appreciate the significance, I think. And I'll just say as well, in terms of negotiating, I mean, the UK negotiators, you know, we've got one right here, did an incredible job, right? This is why you win wars, right? When you act like this. And the ambassador, he knows more about trade than a lot of us here, based on his background. And I would say on this deal, Mr. President, what we've shown.
This guy's got a new hairline in a month.
Changed the way we do trade. People said we couldn't do a global tariff. We did a global tariff. They said no one would want to deal with us. People want a deal. They said no.
We bought some calls and bones to that 100%. Someone would have.
Those countries said we wouldn't get deals. And
someone in the know. Pelosi probably.
We've agreed to have fair and reciprocal trade, and we've done it in record time.
Thank you very much, sir. Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ambassador, please. Well, Mr. President, thank
It's the opposite. We could have the empire back.
hosting us this morning. And thank you very much indeed also for that very typical 11th hour intervention by you with your phone call to the President, demanding even more out of this deal than any of us expected. So thank you for that. The Prime Minister was delighted, obviously, to take that call late at night. But you took it to another level, and I think the point I would make is twofold. One is that if we're going to rebalance and rebuild international trade in a way that serves all our interests, then we're better doing that together than separately and apart, and that's what we're on a mission to do. But secondly, you've done what you said you would do. You said to the Prime Minister when he came and we visited in the Oval that you would do a good trade deal with you.
How's that pushing up?
That you would do it at pace and that we would be first. And you have delivered that. You know, you've been true to your word. So thank you very much indeed for that. For us, it's not the end. It's the it's the end just of the beginning. I mean, there is yet more we can do in reducing tariffs and trade barriers so as to open up our markets to each other even more than we're agreeing to do today. But it also provides us with the platform, the springboard, to do what I think will be even more valuable for both our countries in the future, and that's creating a technology partnership between the United States and the United Kingdom so that we can harness science and technology in order to create future industries and future jobs. And to
UK is the guy that always makes the wrong trade and never reverses.
already in the national security and defence area, we can just take that to yet further areas.
We can to Canada, the US.
Enterprise and
yeah, I think the UK is done for, man.
Forward to doing that in the coming months. You've launched us extremely well today.
Going up 3.4% already today.
In my view, as the Prime Minister has said, just shows what two countries who trust each other.
This gets ridiculous pay compared to the UK. We get paid peanuts. Yeah, I mean,
with each other.
the UK's pay is essentially flatlined for years. The US has just gone up,
From a big
as it always does.
international trading system.
Thank you very much. It was beautifully stated. What a beautiful accent, too. I'd like to have that accent. Thank you.
My mother would be proud.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
James Matthews from Sky News.
Could get interesting with the questions.
Why Britain and why now? And you've described this deal as a full and comprehensive deal, and yet we've just heard from Mr. Matthews that it's the end of the beginning. Clearly, there's much more work still to do. With respect, are you overstating the reach and significance of this deal? Because you're a president who needs a result at a difficult time.
I think that it's a great deal for both parties. It's for us. We're opened up. I didn't know how closed it was. Quite closed, the market, as you know, the UK, and it opens up a tremendous market for us. And It works out very well, and a lot of assets. You see the chart, and those are tremendous assets. But we've been trying, and when you say why us, meaning your country, we've been trying for years, and they've been trying for years to make a deal, including when I was in the, first term. It would always be people talking, but they weren't getting it done. But for 25 years before that, they were trying always to make a deal, a very significant deal. I actually, until I looked at the numbers, I didn't realize this is a very conclusive deal, but we think we can grow it even from
Just time soon to use it to get up to speed.
maxed out deal, not like you said it. You said it really incorrectly. This is a maxed out deal that we're going to make bigger, and we make it bigger through growth. But we have tremendous assets involved. I was surprised to see how big your country is in trade, actually. One of the biggest in technology and so many other things. It's agriculture. I really didn't know.
Coming onto the anchored VWAP again. Could get a
It's from 4 to 5.
sell off there.
That's pretty big in the world. So I was very impressed by that. But we're going to take it to new levels. It's a very big deal right now, but I think it is going to grow just of its own volition. It's going to grow, and over time there'll be changes made. There'll be adjustments made because we're flexible. We'll see things that we can do even better. But it's very conclusive, and we think everyone's going to be happy, and the people of your country are going to be very impressed with the result, and they'll be able to buy from more people. They'll be able to price things differently. They'll be able to get some products that aren't available to them now that we make better than anybody in the world. And it's just something that it's a great thing that it came together. It's so nice because we have many countries want to make a deal, and many countries are very unhappy that we happen to choose this one, to be honest with you. But long time, our oldest ally, or just about. I guess a couple of people claim that too, but let's put it right at the top.
Makes me laugh that he claims that this country is lining up to do deals with him, but yet European Union's adding countermeasure tariffs, retaliatory tariffs back on him.
How close are you to more deals, and when do you expect the next to be announced?
Well, very close. We have numerous deals. I know Howard's going back. As soon as this is finished, your press conference, he's got numerous. And Scott, who's right over here, who's fantastic, by the way. You were great on television this morning. I watched you. That was very good. He gave them a little lesson in the world and economics. But Scott's going to be going to Switzerland, meeting with China, and they very much want to make a deal. We can all play games. Who made the first call? Who didn't make the? It doesn't matter. It only matters what happens in that room. But I will tell you that China very much wants to make a deal. We'll see how that works out. Every country throughout the last 40, 50 years has literally ripped off the United States on trade, on military, on protection, on all the different things. And we are now making fair deals. And in this case, it's great because we really weren't very much involved. You have the European Union, which is, I think,
European Union.
the right decision years ago. I don't know if you remember, I was opening up Turnberry the day that you were voting. And they asked me, would it happen or would it not happen? I said, no, I think they're going to go their own separate way. I think it's better for them. And they did. I think it's going to end up being a very smart decision. But a big part of that decision was always that you'd be able to make a deal with the United States. And they were unable to do that. But now they made it. And it's a tremendous, it's very important. That was always a big part of your decision on Brexit. And they were never able to make that deal. It was a tough one. And this one it's amazing with time. This one just went very smoothly, went quickly and smoothly, and a lot of common sense, as I like to say. There's tremendous common sense, but it's going to make your country much bigger in terms of trade, and it's going to make our country much bigger in terms of trade, too. Yes, sir. Okay, behind you, and then we'll get you. You're with who? The BBC. Oh, good. Very nice. They treat me beautifully.
You mentioned beef exports. The UK currently doesn't accept American beef because of its own food standards. Are you calling on the UK to accept all American beef and chicken products?
Well, I think they'll take what they want. We have plenty of it. We have every type. We have every classification you could have. As you know, Bobby Kennedy is doing a tremendous job, and he's, I think, probably heading toward your system with no chemical, no this, no that. I mean, I think we're heading that way, it seems to be. And, but we have that also. So we're a very big country.
The thing is, no one's going to want to buy American beef in the UK.
It'll be great, yes.
Everyone knows in the UK how shit American food is, like with chemicals and stuff like that, and everyone will stay well away from it.
By the way, how important this deal is and what this means to American farmers and ranchers.
Other than maybe like McDonald's and stuff might fucking start buying it. But.
Increase our beef exports, and to be very clear, American beef is the safest, the best quality, and the crown jewel of American agriculture for the world. So I think a really important part of this deal isn't just the ethanol reducing of tariffs from 19 to 0, which for our row croppers is a huge deal, but also for beef. And as we move forward, I know our incredible trade team is looking at all of the meats, all of the produce, really all of our agriculture exports. And I don't know if there's an industry that has been treated more unfairly and has suffered more than our agriculture industry. So we look forward to, I'll be in the UK on Monday, talking to my counterpart over there for the next, really for next week, and look forward to moving that out across the country. The president is
I think we could say that we have the best in the world, best tractors, the best everything in the world. And, they say that our agriculture is, second to none, you understand, and it'll be a great asset. People are going to be able to have options, choice, and they'll have more of it, and that usually means lower prices. How about we'll do you and then you? Go ahead.
Question for the client TV, Daniele Compatangelo, LA7 to 2000 Prime Media. So congratulations for the deal. We see a big revenues from the chart, but what's the rest of Europe? It's a victory day, but other European countries, it seems like
we intend to make a deal with Europe. We have found that the European Union treated us extremely unfairly, very difficult, and hurt themselves in doing so. And they very much want to make a deal. We'll be dealing with them. We are dealing with them currently. So that'll cover pretty much the rest of it. But this was separate because of Brexit in particular. This was a separate deal. It always seems so natural. I mean, all the media would say that this seemed to be like, why did this happen 25 years? Why didn't it happen a long time ago? And it was always
this is boring me.
Amazing to me. Somebody would say, hey, we got to make a deal. We have to make a deal. But this deal just fell into place. The Prime Minister did a fantastic job. His representatives are total professionals, and they got along well, and it just seemed to work. And I think one of the reasons it did is because we blew up the whole system. If we would have just been dealing with you separately or, country by country, we blew up the whole system. It was very fair to very unfair to the United States. And I think because of that, this worked out so nicely. And I'm honored that it was the first deal. Please.
Sir, you mentioned...
Well, why don't you go in the back, yes.
Oh, thanks, sir. I'm with the London Times. I'd say this is a great day for James Bond because now Aston Martins will be available to American buyers. Will it be even better by extending it to film? You've talked about a big tariff on films, and we'd like to know if there'd be relief on British...
Well, we're going to have a discussion on that separately. And as you know, we're putting tariffs on that particular film, he said, the movie makers. And we're going to be doing some tariffs to get them because a lot of them have left this country. They all live here. The money comes from here. Everything comes from here, but they make them in other countries. So we're going to do something to bring them back, maybe to a large extent. But James Bond has nothing to worry about that, I can tell you. James Bond. And Sean Connery was a friend of mine. Sean Connery was responsible for my getting zoning in Aberdeen. He said, let the bloody bloke build his golf courses. And, I was like 4 years into the process, and it was impossible in Aberdeen. And he just stood up one day and he said that. As soon as he said that, I got the approvals in about 2 minutes. So he was a great guy, Sean Connery, and great character.
Later in the year?
Say it?
Are you going to Scotland and to...
Yeah, I will be, sure. It's great. We have a lot of investment over there. We have Turnberry, Aberdeen. We have, as you know, in Doonbeg in Ireland, right on the ocean. They're all in the ocean. I only have interest if they're on the ocean.
What's happening there?
We have good investments over there. It's been beautiful. Yes?
Mr. President, if the talks go well this weekend between Secretary Bessent and Ambassador Greer with their Chinese counterparts, not preemptively, but if the talks go well, would you then consider lowering the tariff rate on China?
Well, it could be. I mean, we're going to see. Right now, you can't get any higher. It's at 145, so we know it's coming down. I think we're going to have a very good relationship. You know, I always got along very well with President Xi. That relationship was greatly disturbed by COVID when COVID came in, but we get along very well now. I mean, the relationship was hurt with a lot of people, a lot of countries when COVID came in. But I think we're going to have a very good relationship. I expect to have a very good relationship with China, Scott. I think it's a very friendly meeting. They look forward to doing it in an elegant way. China, as you know, has a tremendous trade surplus with us, so we can't, we just can't have that. And but I think it's going to be very good for both countries. I would like to see China opened. You know, one of the big things here is, and nobody would know this, but the UK was largely closed. It was very much closed to trade, and now it's opened. And a lot of the financial reporters are very happy about that because so much, I listened to them. Well, I hope they get countries opened up. And then you compete on a fair basis, but you can't compete when you're not allowed to go there. China would be the number one.
Market's moving nicely there. Yeah, I think it will,
we almost had
once this is over, I think it will pick up probably quite nicely.
But we made a great deal with China. They had to buy
Everyone relax.
$50 worth of our food products, and it was a great deal, doing very well for our farmers. And then when Biden came in, as usual, nothing happened. You know, he didn't enforce it, and it got less, and ultimately, you know, destroyed a great deal. That was a great deal. But no, I think that we're going to have a good weekend with China. I think they have a lot to gain. I do think they have far more to gain than we do in a sense, but we're going to have I think we're going to have a very good weekend.
Will you speak to Xi after the weekend talks?
I might, yeah, sure, depending on what Scott says. We Scott is doing certain countries, and Howard's doing certain countries. I mean, I wish I had like 10 more of each. Then we could do them all at one time. But there will be a time we'll do a number of them, and then there'll be a time. I think I can say this, Scott and Howard, where we're just going to say, because we understand the countries, we understand what they want, where we're just going to make the deal. In other words, we don't need the country involvement because we've already had it. And we'll say this particular country, which had big surpluses, let's say, we had therefore deficits, that this particular country is going to pay a 25% tariff or a 30% or a 50% or 10% or whatever it may be. I think we should explain it now, Howard. One of the things we did here that we'll rarely do is on cars, we took it from 25 to 10 on Rolls-Royce because Rolls-Royce is not going to be built here. I wouldn't even ask them to do that. You know, it's a very special car, and it's a very limited number too. It's not, you know, one of the monster car companies that makes millions of cars. They make a very small number of cars that are super luxury, and that includes Bentley and Jaguar. So we have some very special cars. So in order to help that industry, and that's really, you know, handmade stuff, and they've been doing it for a long time in the same location. And I said, yeah, that would be good. Let's help them out with that one. But that's different than a car company that comes out and makes millions of cars, which they'll be doing in our country. They're going to build, we have many factories, car plants being built or going to be built very soon. I think we can say that we'll be close to $10 trillion of investment. I think we're actually at that number now if you add up some of the ones we haven't heard about yet. I mean, we have some going up right now. They have plants going up, and they haven't even spoken to us. They're doing it because of the tariffs. And tariffs have always been used against us, and I never understood. I used to sit back. As you know, China paid hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs when I was president. But until then, China never paid anything. And, you know, they really did a...
That would have been a good buy, wouldn't it? From
the standpoint of trade. But we are using tariffs now for our benefit. And we have now close to $10 trillion. Think of that, $10 trillion. If you look at the past administration, and we're talking about over, you know, essentially 2 months, because we could say 3, but it took a little while to get the office in perfect shape, right? It took a little while to get things done. But once we started, when you think of that, close to $10 trillion of investment, you've had years where the United States wouldn't do that wouldn't do $1 trillion in a year, wouldn't do anywhere near $1 trillion. We did $10 trillion in 2 months. So it's amazing what's happening. We're getting calls from, and that has to do with
James Bond, the safe won't be taxed.
we used to make
Yeah, fine, okay, man.
and we used to make chips. We had a monopoly on chips. Everything was made here, and now, over a period of years, because of presidents that didn't know what they were doing, they allowed that business to be stolen from us. Most of it moved to Taiwan. And you probably were in the same position, right? Because you had a lot of the chip making capacity, but they moved it in. And if we would have said, that's fine, if you want to move it to Taiwan, that's good, but if you want to sell back into the United States, we're going to put a 50% or 100% tariff on, they would have never left. But we had people sitting here that didn't understand that, and it's too bad.
Right, I'm going to have to go because my bladder's about to explode.
I'm saying it about 40 years too late.
I can't sit here and listen to him anymore.
Coming back, as you know, we have the biggest chip maker.
Nice push up off his off what he's saying about China and stuff.
500 billion.
And yeah, I think once this finishes, we could have quite a nice bullish session potentially, unless he says anything else.
A large share, very, very substantial share of the chip making market.
And yeah, maybe a short from this level tomorrow.
You said that this weekend is going to be a friendly visit, but do you expect that it will just be a formality to break the ice, or are they going to get into substantive negotiations?
I believe so, yes. I believe it's substantive, yes. I think people like to say, yes, we're having a meeting to meet. Well, we're meeting, so what are we going to do?
Back tomorrow, guys, normal time. Last day of the week. Don't think there's any news to really worry about tomorrow. Some Canadian news, but no one gives a shit about them, so should be fine. Right, yeah, cheers for stopping by, guys. Sorry it was a longer one. But yeah, I had to wait and see what you said. Have a good fence shit in time, or yes, cheers guys, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take it easy if you're still trading. See you tomorrow.